All right, hello everyone, welcome in. We're doing something a bit different today, but it's a good day. It's starting to get darker earlier, I've noticed. I know daylight savings is coming up in like 2 months. It's still a while, but it's definitely not as sunny as it used to be a couple months ago. But the weather was nice. It was foggy this morning. I was a bit hesitant to take the bike out. I decided not to, so I drove to work. It wasn't that bad, and then by the end of the day when I got out of work, it was gorgeous. I wish I had the bike. But yeah, the fog was really thick by my house, and then when I got like halfway to work, it just disappeared and was gone. And normally it's like the other way around. I kind of got to take the gamble if there's like even a hint of fog. I'm like, how bad do I think it's going to be once I get closer to work? But apparently it was flip-sided today, so I got bamboozled. I was played and done dirty. But oh well. Not a bad day at work. Staying busy. My coworker's out for the rest of the week, so I don't know if you guys just heard that, but a bird just flew into my window. Interesting. That perked Boulder up. He's now awake and excited. But yeah, so my coworker's out for the rest of the week, so me, who's like not even 2 months old in terms of working my current job, now has to take over and do everything on my own, which should be fine. I've been kind of self-managing in terms of being able to do everything. I'm just told like, hey, we need to get this done today, and then I'm like, cool, say no more. Now I have to be the one who knows when to get stuff done. Shouldn't be that big of a jump. The slightly nervous part is because he's traveling and going to be on a vacation. It's not like, oh, he's just taking the day off to stay home. He's already sent out the email saying, do not contact me unless it's an absolute emergency. Contact me, contact Cheese instead, which like completely justified. If you're traveling, don't respond to work stuff unless it's like the sky is falling and we need you. So I get it, but also I don't have someone to like turn to and be like, hey, is this right? So we're going to have to make that leap. It should be okay. But like I said, there's that like little hint of intimidation in what's going on. Oh well. Other than that, cats are now very interested in the window. But yeah, I've been doing well. Good enough. Nice weather, getting to ride. I have the GoPro, which I still need to pull footage off of. I have probably 3 or 4 rides worth of GoPro footage that I still need to download to my computer and then possibly make edits with and watch back through everything and find exciting moments and, you know, do that whole thing. I also need to clean this. It's getting a bit dirty from sitting on the motorcycle. Maybe I'll remember to do that later. Especially because the weather's not going to be great tomorrow. Hey, Jal, welcome in. How are you today? I was complaining about the dirtiness of my GoPro and talking about how my cats are very interested in the window because a bird flew into it minutes ago. You're great. I am glad to hear. I've been doing good enough. I don't know if it's been obvious, but I haven't hit go live as often as I'm supposed to. And I kind of need to figure this out. Because it's like, it's not that I don't enjoy streaming, it's that like it hasn't been as fun lately because I feel like I'm trying too hard. So I think I need to start caring less and just having more fun. So I put myself in the just chatting category to force me to sit here and talk, and we're going to hang out, we're going to have a grand time, and maybe cause some chaos, maybe say some unhinged stuff, and we'll see where it goes. Because like once I started the YouTube channel and I would like go away notification. But yeah, like, oh, that's good. Do what you need. Yeah. Like, so when I started the YouTube channel, I had a lot of fun with it. And it's like, I enjoy the YouTube, the content creation part, but I felt like because I wanted to be very professional with the YouTube videos and make like corporate friendly YouTube videos and everything, I started trying to put that and move that over into stream as well to try to be more corporate friendly. But it kind of occurred to me, I have 126 followers. I average like 4 viewers on stream. Like no one's really gonna look at like my stream and be like, that's the one we want to sponsor. But he said shit in that one stream, so it's like, where's the real harm? I'm not big enough that it's really going to affect how companies view me. I'm not big enough that like I need to be worrying about this kind of stuff. And realistically, I see a lot of swearing and more unhinged comments, and they still get sponsors. So like, am I really going to be bettering myself trying to like not swear on stream or like filter out the more, you know, unhinged comments? Because in the past several streams especially, I've been like trying to stop myself from like swearing like at all throughout the entire stream. But does it really matter at the end of the day? I don't think it does. At least to me, it doesn't matter. It's not like I'm going to be losing out on ad revenue, or it's not like I'm going to be losing out on sponsorship deals. So where's the harm? I started getting too into this like primary focus of go live the days and times you say you're going to, play the game, comment on the game, end stream, repeat like 2 days later or 3 days later, depending on what day it is. And as fun as that is, and as much as I enjoy playing the games, you know, like it's entertaining and I enjoy it, but I felt like it was getting too robotic, it was too forced. So we decided we're gonna relax all that. We're just gonna hit go live. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna chat. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna be more personable. We're gonna be more sociable, and we're instead gonna focus on A, having fun, B, kind of just doing whatever I feel like that day, and C, connecting more with chat and being more friendly towards chat and not just kind of focusing on the game and then occasionally talking to chat. So I was looking at in my little notebook here, my fancy dancy handy dandy notebook of like channel redeem stuff that I had and concepts and thoughts and possibly adding some other stuff. And I want an unhinged chat. I want an unhinged stream. I want to have fun and laugh. The handy dandy notebook, exactly. You know what I mean? I'm happy that you're doing this right now, having fun, and well, having fun is fun. And if you have fun, chat is fun. Exactly. That's the thing. And Marsh, welcome in. I know you're around, and also it's Tuesday. Don't you have a date? I think that's great. Just enjoy streams and vibe with people. Yeah, I feel like I got too robotic with it and like trying to focus on like the games need to be the main part of the content. No, that's not what stream is for. The main YouTube channel is for that. I'm still at work, but yes, today is date night. See, I know you tend to lurk, and I try not to, you know, look at like who's watching and the number of viewers, but after I raid people, I like to go and look and see like what names are there to try and spot like who was lurking. And I occasionally spot your name, but very rarely on a Tuesday. But yes, welcome in. But yeah, so like I want it to be more fun, and the main YouTube channel can focus on the games. Stream can focus with connecting with you guys and hanging out and just being wild. So that's what we're going to do. I was looking at the ideas of channel point redeems. Oh, one page too far. So yeah, I got like the whole like, I got it all planned out. I got everything. This was almost 2 months ago. So we're going to have to go back and revisit it, re-edit it, and figure out exactly what I need to do. But yeah, we got ideas, and some of those ideas I've already implemented, like the end stream button or channel redeem. It's expensive, but it exists, and I'm gonna have to raise the price slowly over time. So either way, I think that's a good step. I want to add better sound redemptions, possibly get just like sound redeems as like commands in chat. I want to update commands. I want to get all that stuff, because if I'm not going to try to be super corporate friendly on stream, we might as well lean into the other direction. I feel like that's a good idea. I don't know. But so rare on Tuesday. I haven't left the office though, so I was able to be here and hang out. Welcome in. I'm glad you're able to hang out. I'd say my cats are hanging out with me, but they're ignoring me. They're staring out the window. they're not even looking over. But I don't know. I feel like it could be fun, something different. Go away, thank you. And then, yeah, I was thinking if I start just kind of streaming whatever, and I don't have like the goal is to keep the schedule, but not necessarily keep the schedule, if that makes sense. So we're gonna continue streaming on the days and times I say, but it's not gonna be, oh, we're doing these games this day, we're doing this game this day, we're doing this game this day. It's gonna be, I go live, this is what I felt like doing. Like today, I'm in just chatting. We're gonna have fun, we're gonna talk, we're gonna brain dump, we're gonna figure this out. Say Thursday, I feel like editing videos, I'll go live and edit the video. If I feel like playing a game, I'll play the game. I feel like that would be far more fun for me than being like, okay, we got to play indie games on Tuesday and Thursday. We're going to play Hollow Knight on Saturday. And then I got to get the video out. And then I got to, no, we're not doing that anymore. I feel like that was starting to make me feel burnt out. So we're going to do a little pivot, a little rotate. And now we're focusing on this. Have fun with it now. Adjust as you get to critical mass and start having those conversations. Exactly. It's like, realistically, I've seen more than a handful of sponsored streams. People will swear in the sponsored streams. As long as you're not like breaking TOS, chances are you're going to be okay. Obviously, you could run into some companies that don't want to sponsor you if you're swearing too often or you're making like too many comments in a certain field, but like realistically, it's not going to be bad. Especially like when I was playing Hollow Knight, like the game can be frustrating. And I was stopping myself from swearing and trying to like hold everything in and like not let it out. And then when I was going back and watching the stream, or the two streams, I was watching it and I'm like, this looks so reserved. It looks so forced. It looks so like contained. And that's not what I want stream to be. I want it to be fun. I want it to be entertaining. And if I'm trying to contain myself, that's not going to be how stream goes. Also, is my camera loose right now? Oh no, you guys are still attached. Thanks for not knocking that down earlier. They're still not paying attention to me. Great. So yeah. Goofy kitties. They like to climb on the PC, and because my camera is literally held onto my PC with a suction cup, like it's a suction cup mount for a GoPro that's holding my camera. So it works really well. I mean, you guys are pretty stable. Like, unless I shake the entire desk, you're not going anywhere. The camera I have up here for my desk camera, that one's very loose and occasionally gets knocked down by wherever he went, Boulder. But you guys are locked in place. If I want, I can tip you. Here's my ceiling. Other than that, I don't have a lot of freedom to move you. The viewer can see if you're withheld or trying to behave. That's exactly like what it was. It was like, I didn't like, especially because like YouTube, if you swear within the first like 15 minutes, your ad revenue is going to be destroyed. Because no one wants to sponsor a video of someone swearing all the time. So if you're watching like podcasts or like longer videos on YouTube, you'll notice right around the 15 to 20 minute mark is where they'll start swearing and like they don't cut it out. And I'm like, I don't need to worry about that on stream. Obviously, I'm not going to use DMCA free music. We're trying different music today, but all of the music I use is perfectly safe for me to use here and on YouTube. So I don't have to worry about that. It's not like I'm going to get myself in trouble with my mouth. You know, like I have enough common sense. I don't have that many like far out opinions that would actually get me in trouble. It's just like the occasional swearing or the more like out of left field comments. Those I want to put back in stream. Those used to be in stream months ago, but now we're back. Catastrophe, welcome in. Thank you for subscribing. With Prime, too, spending those Bezos bucks. Don't let Jeffrey Bezos have his way with your $5. It's always great. And speaking of subscriptions, one, I'm fully aware of it September. I don't really plan on pushing for it. However, emotes. I have new emote slots. So one, I'm going to need to figure out an artist to do my emotes, but two, they're follower emotes. So you'd be able to use them here in stream. If you're not subscribed, you'll be able to use them anywhere if you're subscribed. I need to figure out what emotes I want though. So if you've seen the emotes I already have, you'll notice there's some of the more popular ones missing. The throwing hands one is staying. I absolutely love that one. Also, you have a founder's badge. Congratulations. I still haven't given all those away. Oops. But yeah, welcome in. Glad to meet you. Welcome to my therapy session of me just ranting. Yeah, we've got the emotes. We got the cozy, which is this one. We got happy, which is that one. We just got the hello, the manka. Not boxing gloves. No, this one's throwing hands. Look at him. He's angry. He's angry. He's got the boxing gloves up. He's ready to go. I don't have one of holding a heart, and I think that's going to be one of the ones I want. But when I was looking at it and thinking about it, I want to like kind of just copy like the more popular emotes. Like I have 7TV, so if you use the 7TV emotes, like those ones work. So we can go like Peepo Blanket. If you have 7TV enabled on your like desktop, it actually is an emoji. It's not just words. If you're on mobile, I'm sorry. But like kind of copying the more popular emotes in my own style and having my own like face. I want to do that. So I want to kind of look into and figure out which ones do people like using, which ones are kind of the more funny, which ones would fit with stream. And because we're currently doing the kind of rebrand and figuring out exactly what I want to do as streaming, I feel like this is the perfect chance for me to like do my soft rebrand and bring in the new emotes. What are we bonking me for? Why do I get a bonk? You're the one who didn't know it was a throwing hands emote. But yeah, so if there's certain bonk that, I mean, I'll give it to you. It is free. And we do enjoy free in this channel. Like I'm gonna open up my own stream so I can click on this. Okay, we're currently on cooldown because of you. There we go. I can do the cheese.
Cheese.
There we are, baby. What are you two doing? Are you good? Did you just hear them running by? I'd spin my camera towards my bed, but one of my hoodies is laying on the bed with my last name on it, so we're not going to do that. But they're definitely having a little tussle. They're doing a bit of fighting today, I guess. And now they ran off, or at least one of them did. Either way, we all know your last name is Cheese. It's okay. Yeah, let's put it this way. I got to use a fake name every now and then, and that fake name is on the hoodie. Because, you know, who wants to walk around and show off their real last name? So we got... Guys, I'm trying to stream. Could you keep it down a little? Just a touch? Do you want to come say hello? Yeah, hello. Rumpelstiltskin? Maybe. Don't worry about it. Boulder, do you want to say hello? Or now do you realize I'm streaming and now you're not going to say a word? What do you got going on? You got plans? It would be funny to pretend they're your legal and marketing team. I wouldn't trust them as my legal team. Little orange baby. Yeah, this one's Boulder. He's the one who likes to mess things up. He's the one who broke my top monitor. Well, okay, it was the cord, but he took out my top monitor for a few days and I had to get that fixed. The one you might have just heard is Scuba. She's over on the bed. Now both of them are in a different room. So yeah, either way. They are not on brand today. Normally they settle down the second I go live, and I never hear from them until I turn off stream and try to go to bed, and then they immediately wake up. So I don't know what got into them today. Either way. Keep going, Boulder. If Boulder could not break my top monitor again, I would appreciate it. Because I use the vertical stack. So like my lower monitor's here, my top monitor's here. He will try to climb the monitor stand behind the monitors. And then because I know he tries to climb it, and to prevent him from like actually climbing on the monitors, the actual part where the monitor attaches to is still like loose and I can move it around. And he started to try to climb up, and then I came into the room to, you know, figure out what the noise was and to tell him to get down. And then he tried to jump off the top monitor, which caused it to spin like 45 degrees. And it ended up snapping the HDMI cable. And luckily there was enough of the cable sticking out that I could still grab it and pull it out of the plug. But I could have been in some real hot water for that one. And then he almost managed to do it again like a few weeks ago. So I ended up locking the cats out of the room for the stream. You two are back. Do you want to come here? Either one of you? Scuba, you haven't been on stream today. Come here. My cable is just long enough for this. Hey, buddy. Princess, hey. How are you today? No, you got down real fast. And now I got a cable behind me. Ugh. I know you're camera shy, but like normally you'll hang around longer than that. You should let him play on the PC and he might stop? No, I don't believe in letting him do that. Letting him play on the PC is probably the worst decision I can make. Because he's literally turned off my PC while I've been on it. He's unplugged my PC not once but twice while I was streaming. Like, I need to keep him away from the electronics. He also likes climbing the bookshelf, which he's now on top of. Either way. So, Goofy Kitty, wild, unhinged, orange cat energy all day and all night of the week. I should get emotes for my cats. Maybe I'll add that to the list. That can be 2 of them. Me holding a heart for a love emote could be the 3rd. How many am I allowed as follower emotes? I forget. Viewer rewards, emotes. I get 5 emote slots for follower. So I'm gonna need 2 more. Gotta figure that bad boy out. And then if I get more subscribers, I can get more emote slots, but I'm not really concerned about that number. That will happen or it won't. I'm not gonna stress about it. But I have 5 slots available right now, so I might as well take advantage of them. So if there's popular emotes that you know of, feel free to drop them in the chat. I feel like that could work out well. It'll give me an idea of what we're thinking, what we're liking, what we want to see. Because the second I try to think about this, my brain immediately goes blank. So if I try looking at like, I can just pull up 7TV. It's not like I can't, you know, do a thing. I don't know why. You got the questioning one, Gel. That one, that's a good one. Can I just open 7TV? Why is there not like an easy link? 7TV home. Okay. Emotes. I assume you guys are going to want to see my screen. So, if we're looking here at this, some of these are actually enabled on my own stream, but we're looking at just the top of the top right now. This is the first page. Some of these I'm not going to be able to create as myself. And follower emotes are non-animated, so we gotta think about this real fast. I'm really just trying to piece together like which What are the popular ones? What ones do I see a lot? The laugh could work. I want to do like the Pepe D, but I would need a animated slot for it. I don't have a current animated spot. So I'm trying to think, like, what emotes would work? What are some thoughts? What are something that could? Because remember, we got to be stationary. The crying one, this one with a little juice box, that could work. Oh, just like is it on this? Just like the basic Sag. Or like a Pepe Lost, People Cry, like this one, the sob emoji. Oh, like the other screen. Can we go back? Can't see it. Okay, well, hang on. Like this one? Is that what you were thinking? Pepe Cry vanished before it vanished. Okay. That one, yeah. It might be under Peepo Cry. Let's try that. Sorry, it's taken a while. More like this one? Oh, darn ad. Okay. We're gonna pop this into a separate page. Yeah, if you guys do get caught in ads, I am sorry. We gotta do it. And besides, we're just looking at emotes right now. Also, I could turn some of these on if they're not in my... Oh, I'm not signed in right now. Either way, I could turn them on. And we can add them. It was a short one. Okay. So like this one? Is that what you're kind of thinking? Because I feel like that could work. Or the other option is to find one where like the mouth is open. Yeah, that one. Okay. Or this one I was thinking about doing. Instead of just this. Get the hands in there. We're gonna pop that bad boy open. I think we're gonna leave that one open for now. Agony. Is that... I don't see it on the screen. Unless you're talking about this one. Which is just Pepe hands. I was talking about this one? This... Just... Yeah, okay. Okay, we're caught up. I know I have this as one of my 7TV emotes. And I enjoy using that one often. This is kind of along the lines of what I was thinking for the heart. So that's not a very high resolution image. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's small anyway. We don't need to worry about that. But like, that'd be 4 if I have one of each of my cats. Or just 2 if I don't do the cats. You know, we're kind of working our way through it. Or like Peepo G. That could be an interesting one to use. See, you got some good heart emotes. I know Marsh has a good heart emote I use a lot. Let me scroll down real fast. I use this one quite a bit. Or or there's this one where it's kind of being like held up a little more. I'm just scrolling through the emotes I have right now. Or we could do one where it's more like hugging. You know, we got options. There's different things we can do. But I definitely want to add like a love, like heart emote. The sad. The hands. So. Kind of think. There's so many ways to add variants to emotes. Yeah, I'm just trying to like. I know I don't have a lot. I'm just trying to figure out like what are some of the more like popular like 7TV ones that get used that not everyone might be able to use because there's like because not everyone's like on desktop, not everyone has the extension installed, so and not all of it like, you know, so if I can make my own versions of the popular emotes, that would give people the ability to feel included and be able to use the emotes, plus they're mine. It should just add a block of cheese that's cut into a heart. See, James, I like the way you think. That's a good idea. If we make the heart look like cheese, so like instead of just like a red heart, it looks like the kind of cheese, like kind of like the sub badges. That could work. I'm liking that idea. I'd say I'm gonna write that down, but I am way too slow to write that stuff down. So instead, I'm just gonna take a quick picture of my own chat with my phone. And I'll see that later when I can properly write stuff down. or like the finger. That one's animated, so we'd have to just find like a static version of it. Or Peepo cute. Hang on. Like this. It's just me. It's got the bow. I feel like it'd be kind of funny. I think I'm gonna lock that bad boy in real fast. We got a head pat. That one's always good to do. Let's jump a little deeper in. Let's see what we find way down here. Such a good idea. Yeah, isn't it? Okay. This is what we're doing the public brain dump for. This is why we are live streaming and just chatting, and it's entirely me just verbally thinking through everything. Or like the cheer one's good, however, that would require an animated slot, which I don't have. Or like a Or we could do the shrug kind of as the ha. Or like a pause champ. That one's always interesting. So, you know. Or a copium. Knowing how my gaming ability is, I might need the copium one. Go away. There's the static people lost. Sometimes he's got a puddle. It's a lot to think about. We're working on ideas here. You got the blankie. That's kind of like the cozy. And then the angry, we got the throwing hands. That's kind of along the lines I was going for those two. The scared is kind of along the lines of this one, the Monka. Like, I'm literally just like looking through everyone I have a subscription to right now as emotes. I'm looking through 7TV. I'm just playing around here. I just feel like my brain immediately turns off the second I try to think about like something like this. Because like, I have ideas, but I don't write the ideas down at the time, which then turns into me forgetting what the ideas were. because I know at one point I had an entire list of like all the emotes I wanted to get like over time, and as I unlocked like new slots, I would just go down the list. Oh, here's the one that the Fighting Hands was based off of. That guy. So yeah, that's where that one came from. Or like the toast, which this one's not quite the right one, but like that's kind of one of the thoughts. Here's another one of the holding a heart. There's noted. I have that one. Or the loser. That could be a good one to use. I don't know. Like I said, my brain turns off the second I think these through. Bongo Cat. I definitely want a version of Bongo Cat, but it's me. The problem is I don't have the animated emote slot. But this is likely going to be my next animated emote. It's me doing the little taps. What other options we got? Some of these are just a bit too far, even for me. Or I was thinking something along the lines of like Anya, with the little star eyes for myself. I think it might work. I don't know. There's so many there's so many options, but at the same time, it's like the second I look through all of them, and it's like, okay, I got to pick one. I don't know which ones I actually want. That's why my 7TV has so few emotes enabled, because I literally scrolled through this like the first time. I got like as far as like page 20, and I maybe turned on like 10 of them. I forget exactly how many I have, but it was like, I don't know. Let's stop staring at emotes for a minute. I feel like I'm getting nowhere because I'm looking at too many. But we got at least 3 with the Pepe hands, the love, and the cute. So we got like a sad one. We got 2 like kind of happy, lovey, cute ones. We're probably gonna want another like angry, and then maybe something else. And I can also move like what my current emotes are. Some of those can move up to the follower emote slot if I want to. I don't know. We're thinking this through. We'll have ideas. We'll put it together eventually. Until then, I'm gonna just click off that page. We're gonna go back to staring at just my stream manager. So that's gonna be coming. I don't know exactly when. I need to think about and plan for when exactly I want to go ahead and get emotes, because like I have the slots unlocked, but I'm gonna need to find a new artist. I get like commission the emotes, wait for them to get the emotes. I know a handful of people who are artists. I gotta figure out who's currently possibly taking commissions and who would be interested. So I have some ideas. I'm obviously not gonna do that on stream, just for the sake of some things are best kept behind the curtain. But like the planning, the thinking, the brainstorming, I feel like that is perfectly fine to keep on stream. So we got through that. In terms of games that are coming out, I want to say I have like a log of now released games at this point, because I've not been keeping up on playing them and reviewing them like the second they come out, which is fine. We got a game coming out the 26th. We got a game that already came out. Evergreen Witch, thank you for following. Welcome into me using stream as a therapy session. Hi, hello. How are you today? Are you doing well? Are you having fun? I know you go by Eve in most other chats. I assume that's okay if I call you Eve. If not, we can use your full username. We can use your full Twitch username, and you'll just forever be undergreenwitch _. Call you Eve. Absolutely not a problem at all. But mood at, you know, the past like month I've only gone live like 6 times instead of my like 12 that I'm supposed to according to my schedule. And I feel like it's because I got too on the focus of I need to go live and play the game, and I need to stick to my schedule and play the games that I say I'm going to play and not deviate from the schedule, because when I deviate from the schedule, no one then wants to watch. So instead, I just said, screw it. I put myself to the go chatting category, like when I was setting up for stream, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to force myself to sit and just chatting, and we're just going to talk, and it's going to be a brain dump and see where things end up. We'll see how long the stream lasts. We're not even at an hour yet, and I feel like I've said twice as much as I normally do on stream. Welcome to the party. You're not in trouble yet. Maybe eventually, but not yet. So yeah, Eve, you are more than welcome here. Right now, I'm kind of scrolling through my Steam wish list, looking at all the games that are releasing and figuring out when stuff is. Like, there was a game that released today that I already mentioned in a YouTube video. It's called Stick to the Plan. Am I going to play that one on stream? Probably not. There was another one that released on the 6th. Another one I'm probably not going to play on stream. Actually, hang on. While we're on the topic of just brain dumping, I've already mentioned this game in one of my YouTube videos when I was talking about the best games of Steamfest. This is like foresty suburban version of like The Forest and Sons of the Forest. It released as early access on the 17th. I don't have a timeline for when the official release goes out. However, this game is right here, up to 4 players. So if there's other creators and our schedules line up, I was thinking maybe doing this as a co-op play. However, in its current state, I would melt my hard drive trying to do a co-op playthrough and stream. So I also would feel bad if I try to talk someone else into playing like an early access version of a game and it's kind of rough and crude. If you watched me playing Sengoku Dynasty, then you kind of will know what I'm talking about. Like, the game is there, but it's not fully there. I don't want to push someone else into streaming like a 60% finished game. You have so many games in your wish list. My wish list currently has, doesn't tell me the number. $42 games are on my wish list. My library is 29. So my library is getting there. I will admit, a year ago today, well, okay, I can't verify it was a year ago today, but like a year ago, of the games I currently have in my library, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So about a year ago, I had 6 games in my Steam library. I'm up to 29. We're doing good. Not the wallet. The wallet's doing poorly, but I'm doing well. I'm having fun. Some of these games have not been shown on stream. Some of these games have YouTube videos for them. Some of them don't. Some of these games I told my brother I was going to play with, and he still hasn't gotten the streaming thing figured out yet, which it sounds like he's not going to be able to for a while. I don't know if my brother's watching, but he's currently in college. He's very strange situation. It was cheaper for him to do like a long-term extended stay in a hotel than to rent an apartment, unless he could get roommates. But the friends that haven't graduated yet that he knows, he doesn't trust to live with them. So he was either going to have to buddy up with random people or stay in a hotel. So he's staying in a hotel for like the entire next school year. It's not a super nice hotel. It's just like the equivalent of like a Red Roof Inn kind of thing. But like apparently like it's the hotel like sets aside like one hallway for like university students and lets university students rent it. And then like the hotel doesn't even have free breakfast, so you don't have to worry about that. But like you have your water included, you have your like heat and air conditioning included, you have like your electricity included, your internet's included. And it was only like $1,000 a month, which like not the best, but also depending on where you live, like $1,000 a month for like a 1-bedroom apartment, insane deal. Like if I include all of my utilities, I want to say it's like $975, and I live in a fairly low cost of living area. So my brother took the 1,000 and ran with it, especially because there was no deposit. It's a monthly style lease, so he can literally move out on like a couple weeks notice. He doesn't have to worry about having a lease that's a year long. And why did my light just disconnect from the internet? There we go. It just randomly dropped its internet connection. I think I can get a cardboard box on the corner for 1,000. Well, Marsh, to be fair, you live in a fairly happening area with a lot of demand. So your cost of living is a little more expensive than me and my cornfields. So it's not too, like, back home in like Michigan, like where I grew up, if I were to have this exact same apartment, it would cost about $1,400 to $1,500 a month before utilities. Whereas where I currently live, staring at farms and having to drive, 20-30 minutes to get to anything other than like a Walmart or like fast food, less than 1,000 with utilities included. And I have a garage, like a 1-car garage, so I'm not going to argue with it. So I'm running with that. I think it's not a bad deal. That distracted me, sorry. 1 bedroom, not even a nice one, is 1,000 with nothing included here. I do not live in a nice apartment. I want to get that clear. You see this wall behind me? I was told when I moved in, nothing is allowed to be hung on this wall because it could fall down. So there's nothing on this wall, right? What's that? Did you want to say hello? What? So like this wall is like like it's a cinder block wall, and then they just glued drywall to it. So the glue is starting to come off. So the only thing holding this like wall together and up against the wall is the little bit of glue that remains and the paint. Like, obviously I can't pick you guys up and show you, but like if you look at the wall, you can see like it bows out a little bit and then comes back in the middle, and if you push in on it, it moves like that far. So it's a bit of a sketchy wall. I have my bed pulled away from the wall like 2 or 3 inches. Just because, granted, I am a very single man. I am not slamming headboards, but I wanted to be careful that headboard does not slam into the wall and have the wall come down. Granted, it'd be a funny story, but I don't want to have to call my like leasing office in the morning and be like, yeah, things got a bit out of hand last night. The wall came down. We were too much. It's kind of that thing. Drywall falls, it won't hurt. I know it's not gonna hurt. It's just at that point, someone's got to come in and fix it. And I don't feel like giving up my bedroom for a couple days until they can fix it. That would be a story. It would be a very interesting story, but also not one okay, no, the internet would love it. I would absolutely tell it on stream, but like having to explain to your coworkers, like, yeah, sorry, I didn't sleep well last night. My wall fell down on me. You know, that really, that doesn't make it sound as great, you know? Is it worth it? Here's the reason it's not worth it. I don't pay pet rent because I never told my leasing office that I have cats. And I want to say it's like another $20 or $30 a month for the 2 cats. And I don't feel like paying that. So I'm allowed to have them. It's in my lease that you're allowed to have. It's up to 2, combined weight of no more than like 60 pounds for dogs and cats. If you want to have like rodents or reptiles or anything, you just have to clear it ahead of time. So like you're allowed to have pets in the apartment. However, you're supposed to disclose that you have pets, and then there's like a deposit for the pets, and then there's a pet rent, and I didn't feel like paying all that and dealing with all that. So I just never told anyone that I got cats. And since my leasing office is like 3 miles down the street, I didn't really have to worry about anyone like seeing me carry in cat food and cat litter. So like my neighbors in the building know about the cats. They see them all the time because I'll put a leash on them and take them outside. But the leasing office doesn't know. Which is also why I haven't fixed my garbage disposal that's been broken for 3 weeks. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. You can work around not having a garbage disposal. That one's pretty easy. You just, you know, don't put food down the sink. So that one's pretty easy to get around. We don't have to worry about that one too much. As for if my wall were to fall down, I might have to disclose I have cats. Or James, they might come and live with you for a few weeks. One of those is going to happen. But I don't know how easy it's going to be for me to vacuum up all the cat litter out of the carpet and make sure that it's completely unrecognizable that cats have lived here for several months. So my plan is when I eventually move out of this apartment, hire like a professional cleaner to come in before I, you know, hand the keys off. And they should do a good enough job at getting everything cleaned up. And obviously I'm not like, I'll clean the apartment first, then I'll hire someone else to come in and do like a deep cleaning, because like it wouldn't be that expensive. I don't think it's going to be that bad. And besides, it's only once. But yeah, that's kind of my thought process. Then make sure I have the other apartment already so that I can just move the cats over and just like kind of empty everything out before I, you know, have to worry about people showing up. You know, that's kind of the thought process, what I'm thinking, what I'm planning to do. So I don't know. I'm not too concerned about it. Like, people from my leasing office are only in the building when someone's moving in or moving out. And my next door neighbor on this side of me has been in the apartment for 7 years. The person one over from them has been in the apartment for 2 years. The person on this side over here has been in the apartment for about 4 years. The person on the other side of this wall, which is technically a different address, but it's the same building, has been there for a couple years. The person directly below me has been around for almost 10 years. Like, there's very low turnover in these apartments because everyone knows they're cheap, and if you're moving out, you're going to have to pay more. So, like, on at least on my half of the building, I don't follow the other half of the building too closely. Since I moved in about 16 weeks ago, not weeks, months ago, there's been one person who's moved out. So there's pretty low turnover on these apartment, you know, complexes. And you won't get a garage included. Exactly. That's another thing you got to think about. The garage is a huge selling point on this apartment. They're like, we understand it's not the nicest and we priced it appropriately for that, but you do get a garage. And according to the sign out in front of the building, we also get a storage unit, but that's for some reason not included in my rent. Granted, I don't exactly have a lot of things that need the storage unit, so I don't really complain about it. But supposedly you also get one of those, which is like a utility closet down in the basement. I don't know. They just never gave me a key for it. I haven't questioned it too much. I decided not to worry about it. because this closet holds pretty much everything that I, don't need out constantly. If I open it right now, the cats will immediately run into it, and then that's a problem because they don't like coming back out. So I'm not going to do it, but I like the entire bottom, probably like 2 feet of this closet is just boxes. Some boxes are full, some boxes are empty, some boxes are in between. And then there's like a top shelf. I think I have 1 article of clothing on that entire shelf. Everything else, boxes. Why? Never know. You might need it. So we're gonna, just rock with it and have fun. What if the storage closet has a bunch of skeletons in it, though? Halloween is coming. We're about a month and a half away from Halloween. So I might want to, maybe look into it, figure out if there's some skeletons I can be getting out and rocking with. But like in terms of like, I don't seasonally decorate. Like I've never been huge on like, oh, we need to decorate like the entire house for Christmas. We need to decorate for Halloween. Like I've never really been into that. So I have a single like a 2 foot tall, like literally, I think it's this tall, like light up Christmas tree. That is the only decoration I have that I can't leave out year round. Everything else is like non-seasonable. You don't need to worry about like, oh, let's get it out because it's fall, or oh, we need to, put that away because it's spring now. I don't have any of that kind of stuff. I have wall art that is non-seasonal, which you can see 2 of the displays right here. The rest of them are down underneath me and they get swapped out roughly once a week. I got some wall art in the rest of my apartment. None of it is seasonal. It's all very generic. I have like car stuff. I have like manga. I have really the only like anime stuff I have are the displays, which this is one of them right here. But like everything else is just very car, gamer, nerdy. Nothing else to really worry about. Nothing else to really focus on. I have very plain color bed sheets. They're currently gray. They were navy blue a month ago. And then I just cycle between the two if I even bother changing the color, because honestly, it's a lot of work to fold a fitted sheet. I don't like doing that, so I may have gray sheets on my bed for like 3-4 months straight, but I assure you I wash them. I'm just too lazy to fold the sheet, so I just put it right back on the bed. That's the easier solution in my eyes. I don't need to worry about how to fold a fitted sheet. If you just never fold it, you just put it back on the bed. So I rock with that idea, I rock with that concept, and we just run with it. Like, it's the lazy man solution that also doesn't want to be the disgusting man. So you wash the sheets, you put them right back on the bed. No need to worry about having another pair of sheets, despite the fact I do. I can see them. They're right there, right next to my green screen, which I also never bother using. But I have a green screen. Yeah, like when I moved out, my mom gave me like seasonal, like Christmassy sheets that fit on the futon that I have on the other side of this wall, like literally right behind you guys. Never bothered getting those out. Didn't really see a point in it, because then I gotta fold the sheet that's on the futon. It was too much effort for me. We just left it that color. It gets covered in cat hair. I'll take it off, wash it, throw it right back on. No need to stress about it. No need to worry about it. And that's kind of how we're rocking and how we're planning and doing this whole thing, because I feel like that works the best. Yeah. What other stuff do I have around my apartment? I don't even have a proper like kitchen table and chairs. I have like a card table, it's wood. It's got a little like X base and like wood top as a table, and then I literally just have like metal folding chairs with like some like padding cushioning on them, and those are my kitchen chairs. I had one right here next to me, like literally right here, over the weekend, because the cats wouldn't leave me alone and stay off the desk, so I gave them a spot to sit and watch what I was doing. And I was gonna leave it out so that they can hang out here during stream, but I also tend to get up and wander around, and you'll see me like go grab cats, or like I'll walk off this direction occasionally on stream. And I was like, that chair, like as nice as it was to keep the cats off the desk, was just getting in my way. So I decided to move it before we we got too involved on stream. Yeah, I have very little in this apartment. Like, I have my computer set up, and that is like 90% of the cost of my apartment in terms of like the furniture and everything. Like, I got a fairly cheap dresser, I got a fairly cheap like bedside table right here. I don't even have a second one. Realistically, I should, but I have the bed shoved up in the corner because I'm single. No one needs to get in on that side. Might as well leave this open space for the cat pen, which I've been saying I was going to move out of that corner so that I can start putting something else there, because I was thinking about getting just like IKEA bookshelves. So if I kind of roll out of the way so you can see better, like literally nothing is here. It's just open space in the bedroom. And whenever people like see pictures of my bedroom, they're like, why do you have that open space? Just put the bed in the center of the room. And I'm like, no, because I'm lazy and don't want to bother making my bed before stream. So it's in the corner out of sight. And then I can put behind me, like right here, I can put like bookshelves, and then I can move some of the stuff that's on the bookshelf over here that you can't see over here. I can get like my motorcycle helmet on it. I can get like other various things and kind of give the stream area a little more personality. I just haven't bothered buying bookshelves. Granted, I was unemployed for 2.5 months, so money was a bit tight. Spending, I was looking into it. Like, this is a very wide gap. I forget when I measured it how wide it was, but it's like a good amount. I want to say the cat pen is like 59 inches wide, and notice I could probably almost fit a second one right here. So when I was trying to plan it out and scheme, I'm gonna need to double up the bookshelves and have like a double wide. So when I was looking at like IKEA's website, they have one that looks like it might be about half the length or half the width, and then I can just buy 2 of those and slot them in next to each other. And then if I want, I can get another bookshelf for like to put on top, because like the way the IKEA bookshelves work is it's essentially just like you have a square. How many wide do you want it? How many tall do you want it? And then it goes up to 3 and up to like 4 or 5. So like if I were to do like, I want to say they're like 4 squares by 3 squares tall. I could get 2 of those and go across, and then I can get like a 3x3 or like a 2x3 and put it like right here, kind of up in the corner. Because then when I'm sitting here and I'm actually like pulled in, like it kind of shows, but it's also kind of covered in. And obviously when I'm in a game, I become much smaller, and it's not like the wide width, it kind of tightens itself in. So like all this disappears. So everything tightens in, but like if I move at all of this suddenly becomes visible. And the plan is to be able to have stuff up there, and then like right here would kind of be like your prime time, like very visible things, the very cool things. And then we can move stuff around over time and figure stuff out like that. That just requires me to have like, when I kind of roughly priced it out, and I didn't bother measuring anything intentionally, because once I measure it and I know it's going to fit, I'm going to end up ordering it. But I want to say it was like almost $400 worth of furniture that I would need to buy. And I'm like, I could realistically make that work, but I don't want to make it work, because then everything else is going to kind of tighten in on my budget. And I still need to rebuild the emergency savings from being laid off. It's not a fast thing. So maybe in like another month or 2, we can start thinking about it. But for right now, this is kind of how the stream setup is going to look. That might move because it literally collapses up, and I can just walk it somewhere else or tuck it in a closet or something. I'm going to need to figure that out. I also would need to figure out what exactly I want to put over there. I would absolutely put the McLaren. I might leave the Ferrari on that bookshelf because it's Lego. It's a little less fragile and it can be a bit higher up. I got the spiky ball. I stole that from my parents' house when I moved out. Like, I don't know if that description of the spiky ball from my parents' house makes enough sense to you guys, but you will recognize what I'm talking about the second I show it, so be ready. This bad boy. Remember playing with these in kindergarten? I can just, ugh. The breathing ball. There you go. Yeah, I got one of these. I stole it from my parents' house when I moved out. My mom did not realize I took it until like 7 months later when my younger sister was trying to find it so she could wear it to school like this. And then she texted me asking, "Hey, do you know where where that like spiky ball is? Like, it's in the basement, right?" And I sent back a picture of like I was laying in bed and my mom's like, "Hey, do you know where the spiky ball is?" And I was like, "Do I know where the spiky ball is?" And I just sent a picture of my bookshelf and I'm like, "Haven't seen it. Why?" Turns out my sister wanted to wear it as a helmet. Just like I am now. But yeah, we got this bad boy. The cats are not a fan of it. I've tried pulling it down and getting them to play with it. They kind of attack it, but are also terrified of it. It's also missing one of the things, like the little joint corner pieces. Yeah, it's missing one right here. So, yeah, no, this has been in my family for years. Stolen from kindergarten. My mom's the one who stole it from kindergarten, actually, because she was a kindergarten assistant teacher. And when the actual teacher changed positions and the new teacher was coming in, the new teacher was like, you know, like there's a lot of the toys were like technically owned by the school, but there's also stuff that like the teacher owned. And this was not on the list of items that the school owned. So if my mom didn't take it, it was going to become officially owned by the school. So my mom just brought it home randomly and was like, "You guys probably aren't young enough to still play with this and enjoy it." And my family would not stop playing with it for months. And then it finally stopped getting use. And then it sat downstairs in the basement, which was my bedroom. So when I was packing up the bedroom to move, I was like, you know what? We are absolutely bringing this bad boy with me, because you never know when you might need a spiky ball helmet. Like, tell me I'm wrong. This is in the list of things that can be added as a channel point redeem. I haven't added the channel point redeem, but I was thinking like this would not be too hard for me to like try to play a game with. Like, I lose like a little bit of the kind of the bottom corners of my monitor, but like realistically I could just rock with this. We can have a grand old time. Gotta wear it when you go for a ride on the bike. If I can get my actual helmet on through this hole, then maybe I would consider it. I think I'd be able to fit my helmet through there, but I would not ride without my actual helmet on, even though I live in a state that is not officially a legal requirement to riding your motorcycle. But I do not plan on wearing just my head. I definitely want to wear a helmet when I go out for a ride. Honestly, the answer is the winds fucking hurts. It gets in your eyes and you end up with really dry eyes and a really dry mouth, and it's just gross feeling. And you see these luscious locks of mine that I've been working on for over a year? That's going to be a tangled mess. It already is when the helmet comes off, but at least I can limit because the helmet comes down to here. So instead it's just this part that gets tangled. It's not as bad. So at least put the helmet on, I can keep most of my hair put together, and I don't end up showing up to work with extremely dry, red, itchy eyes and a dry mouth. And you know, it kind of overall, it just, you know, helps maintain the I'm not stoned look, because I'm not. You know, it's kind of a thing I do. It's part of my shtick. It's that I don't do drugs, so I feel like showing up to work looking like I did drugs because I tried to, you know, not wear a helmet one day. Not worth it in my eyes. Plus, if I was trying to, you know, not have my eyes dry out, I'd have to like wear glasses, and even then it's not going to work. Like, cause like I can pretty easily just reach around these. So I'd have to do sunglasses that are a bit bigger, the kind of the more aviator style. And then I run the risk of losing those if the wind catches them and takes them off my face. And it just seems like a whole lot of work, a whole lot of hassle. I don't want to deal with it. Might get some free drugs that way, though. I don't want them, though. What am I going to do? Go sell them to a middle schooler? That's not what I'm about. Tests. To be fair, technically, I work with a form of meth. Not methamphetamine. But everyone just refers to it as meth injection, and it sounds really bad. What's up, buddy? Did you hear the word drugs and now you want to come over here? Is that what it is? Yeah? Okay. I figured out who wants the drugs. Yeah, do you want the drugs? Do you even know what drugs are? You don't even know what people food is because I refuse to give it to you. Anything else you have to say? No? Okay. He wants some nummy nums? He could get some nummy nums. If I open the drawer, he'll be right back. He just walked out of the room. That channel point redeem is not going anywhere. Do not worry. That one I plan on keeping. I'm honestly surprised it is used so little. There it is. James, I knew you were going to do it. Okay, cats. Are they going to come running in here? Normally will. Yep, there's one of them. I managed to grab 4 on my first try. Gonna jump up. There's the other one. All right. Ugh. Yep, you get held like a baby. There you go. There's one. You're aggressive with it. There's 2. That's just my thumb. He's crazy for the treats. He hasn't gotten them in a little bit. Come here. It's your time to shine. Ugh. I won't hold you, though. I know you're not as big of a fan. Nope. Look right here. You want to take it from my hand? Nope, you're gonna knock it into my lap. We'll let her eat that one. We'll try again. We'll try again. Come on. There you go. Oh, she dropped it. She had it for a second. We're all done. That's all she wrote. There's no more. You gotta wait at least 2 more hours before someone can do that again. Or is the cooldown 3 hours? Either way, I know I have a cooldown limit on that one, and it can only be redeemed no more than 2 times per stream. Thanks. Oh, you're not done yet? Okay. Do you want to check as well? The 2-hour cooldown? Okay. I knew I set the length so that it could be redeemed twice in a stream if I do like my 3 or so hour streams. And then I know it has a hard cap of 2 because I know some streams I go longer. I've done up to 7.5 hours. I was thinking possibly a 12-hour stream when I hit my 1 year anniversary of being an affiliate, which isn't until March, so there's months before that happens. But possibly doing a 12-hour stream that weekend. I forget what day of the week it turns out. Could you get off my mouse for a second? Thank you. Let's look at the calendar real fast. March 11th. So March 11th is a Monday. Or was it the 10th? Hey, hang on. Now we're questioning it. The cat is licking my hand again. Where do I see this? Affiliate, maybe? No. Other streamers, quick help. Where do you see your anniversary? Stream events. Here we go. So March 8th is my official 1 year. So what day of the month is that? The 8th is a Friday. I could do like an 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. stream. Something like that. Or maybe start at like 9 p.m. Or I could just save it till Saturday and start at like noon and go till midnight. Either way, I was kind of thinking once I hit March, do a 12-hour stream. And then it'll be very kind of in line with what you tend to see for other people who celebrate anniversaries. There'll be like sub goals, there'll be follow goals, there'll be a multitude of different things. I won't just do the same thing for the entire 12-hour stream. We'll kind of chunk it up into like maybe 2 to 3 hour sections. And then it can be like play a game, like 3 hours of like playing a game, hour something else, 3 hours playing a game, hour something else, stuff like that. I'd have to look into what I'd want to do. I already have a page set aside to do so because I was going to write that up and plan that out like I want to say a week or two ago, and then I kind of lost the motivation to, because let's be honest, that's next March. I don't exactly need to worry about having that planned right away. I have other stuff that I need to get done or should get done much sooner. But the plan is 12-hour stream in March when I hit 1 year, which is still months away. But we could do the longer stream then, and then maybe I extend the max number of treat redeems for the cats then, bump it up to like 4 rather than 2. Kind of one of those things. That's just kind of my thought process, what I'm thinking. I was also thinking 500 followers to do a 12-hour like celebration. Maybe 24-hour when I hit 1,000. 36-hour when I hit 2,000. And then I think the next major milestone would be to just keep cranking the 24 hours for 5,000, 10,000, stuff like that. That said, I have 127 now because Eve's followed. I have 127, so that's not really something I need to be concerning myself with right now. That's still a couple months away in a best case scenario. My current goal, which if you're looking at my channel right now, which I went back to, let me hop in here. We're gonna look at myself real fast. See, hello me. See, look at me. Excellent. But if we look right here, 200 followers by October 1st. Horror games all month long. And then my kind of caveat is if I don't hit 200 on October 1st, whenever I hit 200 within October, we would switch starting the next stream and play horror games. So this number hasn't updated, but I'm at 127 now. So we still got like 70 to go. So I think I'm pretty safe. I don't think I'm going to have to put myself through some horror games. Because again, right here, 73 to go. I think I'm going to be safe. I think I don't need to touch a single horror game, despite the fact I actually have a horror game I wanted to play. Let's pop this bad boy open. Right here. I won this game in a giveaway, actually, on Marsh's stream. If he's still here, you'll recognize this game. He did a celebratory stream, and I got this in one of the giveaways, and I was like, you know what? It's a horror game. We are going to save it for October. So I haven't touched the game. I own the game, have not downloaded it, have never played it. But my thought was I can do that in October. So the plan is to play that game in October. As for the rest of the streams that month, as of right now, I can do anything I want. But like, I own Phasmophobia, I own Dead by Daylight. I could try asking around and seeing other streamer friends if people want to play together. We can figure that out. But like, that's kind of that was kind of my plan. I know there's other horror games I could play as well. There's an indie horror game that might be out by October. I haven't looked too closely at their official release date. I wrote down, I want to say it's scheduled for Q4, which would be October, November, December. Yeah. My brain turned off and I had to think, is October considered Q4? It is. I remember. Let's see. Jawbreaker. Its official release is announced as end of year 2023. So realistically, that could mean tomorrow, or it can mean December 31st. But when that game comes out, that's likely going to be, at a minimum, a YouTube video. We could potentially play it on stream. I don't know. Kind of depends on interest and what people are thinking, what people are liking. I'm kind of flexible in terms of what games I play on stream versus off stream. There's some of them like, here, I'll pull the list back out. I literally just put it away, but you know, we got the handy dandy notebook. I got to show off the handy dandy notebook. If we get back a page. So I got all the games, release dates, and then my level of interest, which if I get a little closer, I know it's going to be backwards for you, but we got like 3 checks down to 2. It ranges between 1 to 3. Yeah, the 2 check and the 3 check are games that I am absolutely going to be making a video of. The 3 check games are ones that you're likely going to see on stream, and then any of these stars means that there's like a hard date. So like these 2 have single stars, that means there's an official date announced. If you see a double star, that means the game's already out. I'm telling you, I'm organized. And you might notice way down here at the bottom, I don't know how well you can read that backwards or how clear it was. There's a game that's never going to be released, known as Hollow Knight Silksong. I've just accepted it's never going to come out. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I manage to beat Hollow Knight before Silksong comes out, because both of those might be near infinite length, like time length horizons. I do enjoy playing Hollow Knight. I just accept the fact that I know I am slow at Hollow Knight. Mostly in the remembering to stream it. Because when was my first Hollow Knight stream? I could probably look this up as fast as someone else, so I'm not going to ask you guys to go and hunt that information down. Give me a second. But yeah, I've streamed Hollow Knight twice. I've beaten 2 of the bosses so far. I know there's far more than that. This isn't like, there's got to beat 5 bosses and then it's over. There's Ghost. Okay, let's see. Hang on. So August 24th was my first Hollow Knight stream. And that VOD is going to come out October 20th. Fun fact. So we're about a month away from that VOD being released. But yeah, I played that. on the 24th, and then I came back and played it again the 26th. And I haven't played it since. Soon though. Especially if I'm now not worrying about I have to play indie games during the week and I have to play backlog on the weekends. I could go live and play Hollow Knight tomorrow. I'm likely not, because Wednesday's when I work on video editing. Speaking of video editing, I do not plan on having a YouTube video this week because I want to make a channel trailer for Twitch and one for YouTube. So if I do those, then I'm not going to do a full length, like, regular YouTube video as well. I also have some of my long videos that I want to turn into shorts that I still need to do. I have a couple of those that are half done. So I think this week is just going to be me catching up on my backlog of editing that I need to get done. So if I happen to go live and feel like editing, you might see me editing videos. I will not be recording while live, because God, my brain would turn off and you would never see me get any progress. It's also a nightmare trying to record and stream at the same time. So don't get your hopes up to watch me record for videos. But if I have the recording done, then yeah, I would absolutely edit while streaming. I tend to watch other streamers while I edit, and everyone's like, how are you able to watch someone else and hang out in their chat while also editing? And I'm like, it's not that hard. You just turn their volume down and like you pay attention to your own video. Well, you need to, but if you're doing something that you don't have to have it playing, then like you don't really have to listen to your video. You can watch someone else. You can do something else. So that's kind of what I do, and it works. Like, even my most viewed videos on my main channel were made while I was watching someone else stream, or I was watching other videos, or I was listening to music at the same time. And that just baffles people's minds when I tell them that. I'm like, it's not that difficult, really. It all comes down to how loud is everything. Like, I dropped my music, or like I dropped the stream down to like 5% volume so I can hear it, but if I'm not like explicitly looking at my second monitor to watch it, you would never know. Like, it very quickly disappears from like my head when I'm watching something else because it's full volume. Thought I spilled that on myself. Turns out I did not. But yeah, this is a can of not sponsored. If you're curious, the purple can of not sponsored, my favorite flavor. And also not sponsored if you're watching. We can change the hand positioning if you want me to. Just hit me up, let me know. But until then, I'm gonna be knuckling this can. But also drink the purple not sponsoreds because they're great. I know I've converted at least James onto the purple cans. So that proves I can do good advertising, not sponsored. So feel free to reach out to me so I no longer call you not sponsored. Also, the orange ones are pretty good too. Purple and green are the best two flavors. I like the purple and the orange. I'd put green as my third. The red one's really good too. I'd say like purple and orange are like my top two, and then I'd say like green and red are the next two. And this is gonna be a hot topic. The white one is the worst. I put it below the pink. I put it below the red and green. I'm putting white down at the bottom. I do not like the white one. But like the purple, the orange, the green, the red, they got it going on. Have you... James, we only use colors as to not give away what we're talking about in this chat. But no, I haven't had the mango one. What color is the mango one? Is that one also... Is that the peach colored one, or is that... Or is the peach one peach? Teal. Oh, the teal one. Yeah, I have had that one then. Because I know there's like a peach colored one and there's a pink one. I've had the pink one once. It wasn't great. I've never had the peach one. I have had the teal one. But I'm still on purple. Not sponsored is the best not sponsored. I also figured we start a bit where I only refer to these as not sponsored. I looked on Etsy, and you can get like koozie, like a beer koozie that's tall enough to, you know, fully cover the can. And I really wanted to order on Etsy a like custom one that just has like hashtag not sponsored written on it. That way I can hold it up and be like, would you like some not sponsored? And then I can have this whole bit where I, you know, go through and like promo not sponsored. I don't know. I thought it'd be funny. James, you think it would be funny? I think it would be hysterical. And it would only cost like a couple dollars to get the beer koozie. Custom 16-ounce beer. Not glass. Custom lanyard. Not quite what I was looking for, but I clicked on your website and now I regret it. Koozie designer, custom ink. See, I don't want to do like custom ink because then you have to order a bunch of them. Blueski, welcome in. How are you today? We're currently planning a bit. Collapsible water bottle? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Can coolers. Hang on. We might be onto something here. 16-ounce stainless steel vacuum insulated, $31. That's not what I want. Hang on. Here. If I were to do something like this, but instead of it saying your logo here, it just has hashtag not sponsored. And then I can hold it up and be like, would you like some not sponsored? Because it's what I wake up in the morning and have some not sponsored, and then I go to work and end up drinking not sponsored at lunch. And then while I'm doing intense gaming sessions and having fun on stream, I turn to a not sponsored to refresh myself. So if you guys are looking for something to keep you refreshed and enjoy yourself, try checking out Not Sponsored. Also, if you happen to own this company, I know you recognize your can, feel free to reach out to me. We can very quickly get rid of the Not Sponsored and not, again, change my hand position. I'm just saying. But like, do you see where the bit could be? I think that would be hysterical to do. This video is hashtag not sponsored. Exactly. We are not sponsored here in this channel. But I also recognize that this custom ink one says hold standard 12-ounce slim can. I don't need this 12-ounce slim can. I need the 16-ounce can. So we'll have to keep looking. But that's kind of like, do you see the vision of like how hysterical this could be? Tall boy koozie. Is this what I'm looking for? This is exactly what I'm looking for. And it's the sketchy as fuck looking website. You know what that means? It's going to be cheap as hell. Because it was probably made by a Chinese company that's going to ship it directly to me from China. Look at this button. Call that one. Yeah, no, I'd order a sample from the company and just get like the cut, like the whatever. And then if I really wanted to, I could buy like 200 of them and just like have them as merch. and it can be like a running shtick. Like I can order the sample one and just have not sponsored on it, but then I can be like, can we make a quick change? And then I can throw like my username or like a logo or something on it, and then order it, and it can just be like something I hand out when I go out to like public events that like people could run into me. I'm like, yo, like if I go to like TwitchCon or like some other like convention and like people come up to me and they're like, yo, like you're banned shredded cheese, and I'm like, you're absolutely right, here, have a not sponsored koozie. I think that would be great. Like it'd be dirt cheap. Like to buy 200 of them, it's $1.32. What did you just knock down? I don't know, I don't care. Like 132 a pop, so that's $264 plus shipping and handling, in which case it's probably going to come out to like $275, $280. And then I'd have 200 of these that I can hand out and give to people. I think that would be great. It'd be hysterical. And then you'd see people walking around a convention holding not sponsoreds. Like even if I'm not like some mega like streamer, the fact that you're handing them out for free to anyone who knows who you are, that would create the initial incentive for people, and then people are going to figure out and learn who you are, because it's, oh, like he hands out like these koozies if you know like what his username is. Or maybe I'd say like, prove you follow me, and like pull it up on your phone to like show you follow me, and then you get one. I feel like I'd pick up followers real fast this way. Granted, it'd be very weird, and I'd also have to look into like convention rules for like how many of those I can bring in and like give away without it like getting in the way of things. But like I can literally just carry one or two around on me like 24/7, and if people know who I am, I'll hand them out. It seems like a half decent idea. Exactly. You don't like it either. Sorry, I got in an argument there. Didn't mean to lose my cool in front of you. But yeah, I think that would... I think so too. Who doesn't love a good beer koozie? Exactly. And like, because it's like the tall 16 ounce, like it's a different size than you normally see. And we all know how like gamers are addicted to not sponsoreds. So I'm thinking it's a big marketing win-win if Not Sponsored would like to remove the not in front of Not Sponsored, and we can work together on this. I'm just saying. Step one, slap like 3 zeros of the number of followers I have, the number of viewers I have, the number of subscribers I have. Just slap 3 zeros on the end of it, and then I think I have some bargaining room. So maybe like by the end of the month, I don't know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's unpredictable. We'll never know. Oh, you're in Boulder Spot. He's gonna be mad the second he comes in here. Well, but like, I think that's a fun little shtick. Not very corporate friendly, because I'm kind of ragging on the companies by intentionally covering their logo while still holding their product up and just calling it not sponsored. But it's fun. It's lighthearted. It matches my shirt. Like, I'm just saying we could work this out and, have it be just a part of the channel. Just like you are a part of the channel. Come here. Wee. Hello. How are you? Would you like to say anything to the people? No? What if I bongo? Alright, well. Scuba remains camera shy. Sorry. I was not expecting an upside down cat to go across stream. I picked her up this way and I knew I was gonna do the little twist, or I was gonna have to like awkwardly like reach forward and kind of like try to scoop this way. So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna go up and over, and then you'll just get the upside down cat panning across the screen, and it's gonna be completely out of context, but it was there. We're here for fun, and we're here for a great time. Even if it's just me sitting in front of a camera and ranting for an hour and 56 minutes in 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Except for you guys, there's stream delay. So now I can keep talking and you guys aren't going to see it until about now. Jal, I'm going to assume by the emoji I was bang on that timing, despite the fact I probably wasn't. Bro, it was so accurate. Really? I just assumed it was a 5-second delay. I completely guessed. Like, I know there's a small delay. I have it on the low latency setting, but I know there's still a bit of a delay. It's different for different people, but for me it was bang on. If you're on desktop, it tends to be pretty reliable. If you're on mobile, then it's anyone's game. But I know it's roughly a 5-second delay from whenever I do something to the earliest people could see it, and then it could be up to like 10, 15, 20 seconds if you're on mobile, especially if you have a weaker internet connection. So I just kind of assumed it was going to be 5 seconds, and I was watching the little session timer in the top of my little browser page right here. But I don't know, I went back to the stream manager to stare at so I can see chat down here and up here, and I can see the event feed here, and the ads and the ads and myself and myself and myself. But none of this has the same delay that it would have to you guys, so I was stuck just kind of assuming and guessing how things were going to work out. And I guess I managed it for at least one of you. Glad to see. Let me close some of this stuff. I'm starting to rack up tabs and other various softwares and stuff open. Yeah, we can close those. I'm gonna leave that one open so I can save it. Okay. We got things filed down. I'm trying to think through. Also, what are we feeling on the music choice? I decided we were going to try something completely different. We're going to try something like a bit out of left field, and we're going to see how it works out. So on my little music here, I'll pull it up for you guys. We'll all be able to look at this. I know I'm kind of in the corner and you can't see it that well, but it says just hashtag streaming because I went to the search, typed in streaming, brought up the tag, and then I just clicked hip hop, and there's like literally hundreds of songs. Typically I choose a playlist and it's not nearly as long, but I also tend to be playing a game and doing something, so it doesn't matter if there's only 40 songs in the playlist, because there's something else for you to be watching and listening and paying attention to. I know no one wants to pay attention to me. I know no one wants to watch me. You guys are here for the music. I know that. I understand it. So I figured I'd come up with a way to play music that isn't gonna just be a 2.5 hour loop. Granted, we're not even 2.5 hours into stream, but I decided to mix up the music. What are we thinking? Is it working? Because there's also live stream as an option. I could go to Minecraft or gameplay. Because all the music in here, it's like it doesn't show you, but it has hashtags on like what like mood and genre it is. So I went to the hashtag streaming tag, then went in here to genre and clicked hip hop so I could get like some beats. Nothing that's gonna like kind of overpower stream. I did turn it up a little bit, but I think it's working. Typically I just go in here and then I go to the genres, click all, and then I pick something out of this or something out of this. So I've been doing the hyper pop quite a bit lately. I also do the Euro pop here and there. or EDM, electro I do, the future bass I do. I wanted to do the hard style, but it's such a short playlist that you play through the whole thing in like half an hour. I've done the synthwave, the techno. We've wandered around to some other genres. They've also hidden a couple genres at this point, but it's like I have all of these that I can play. I tend to, and then I found myself like constantly going to like the same couple or like decades. I've done the 2020s before. What other ones have I done? Either way, or when we were playing Sengoku Dynasty, I did the search as well, and I just typed in like Japan, and then there's all those, or there's like at this point they have a set playlist called Sound of Japan, and there's, you know, it's not the longest playlist, like this is the entire playlist, but like I can just go ahead and get a song called Shibuya Bullet Train, and it's Japanese themed. So when I am not answering you because I haven't listened to this playlist. But yeah, I was like, I can just go and grab different music if I wanted to. So we did Sengoku Dynasty. It's a game styled around the Sengoku period of Japan. Let's do Japanese themed music. When I was playing Fallout, I was doing the adventure playlist. When I was doing Dredge, I had the like I was doing like the Europop playlist. I switched it to the adventure at one point. When I was doing Planet of Lana, I was doing like modern classical music. I was doing the hyper pop with Hollow Knight. I was doing the hyper pop with Sea of Stars. Like I was doing a bunch of different, like I change it based on the game and kind of the moods and the vibes of the game. So if you ever feel like the music isn't great, just let me know. I can change it. I literally have thousands of songs I can use. I just find myself getting into playing the exact same song over and over again because I'm always hesitant to try a new playlist if I haven't listened to it. So we tried something different today. We mixed it up. So far, no one's complained. I assume it's not that bad then. I don't want words. Go away. I thought I filtered out the the songs with words, but apparently I did not. But that's okay. I can get rid of them right there. That easy. All right, we're listening to a song called Spiderweb. We'll see how it works out. I'm not really sure. Yeah. I'm trying to think. There was one other thing that I kind of penciled myself in as things to brain dump about. I know there was at least one more thing. I can't remember what it is. I talked about current follow goal. I talked about starting to plan for like anniversaries and celebration streams. I talked about new emotes. I talked about how I'm doing this stream as a way to break away from what I've been streaming. I talked about the various things, planning for my apartment, growing. Oh yeah, hair. No, actually, no, that's not what it was. But I want to mention the hair. Like my hair is getting longer at this point. It's been about 15 months since I last got a cut. It was the very end of June, so I essentially count from like the start of July. So we're at 14 and a half months. We're coming up on 15 months, and my hair is now like pretty much to my chin length. This is about what my original goal was to get to. I don't feel like cutting it yet. I feel like I can add like another, 3-4 inches, which would be like 6 to 8 months. The thing is, I only kind of know how to style hair. Like I can do like a simple braid on someone else. I can do a ponytail. I can do like a simple bun. That's about it. That's because like I learned how to do that stuff when I was in high school. Because I was a gymnastics coach. Like people would often drop off like their like a dad would drop off like his daughter, but his daughter's hair wouldn't be tied up. And it's like, well, you kind of need your hair tied up. And the dad's like, oh, I don't know how to do it. So rather than me having to like send the girl off to like go talk to a coach she doesn't know, or one of the like older like high school age girls, or be like, hey, like here's a hair tie, go ask them to tie up your hair. I just learned how to do it my own. Like doing like a simple ponytail, not hard to do. A simple braid, not hard to do. Especially on someone else when you can see what you're doing, it's so easy. And a bun is not hard, like a simple bun, not hard to do. So I learned how to do those like 3 hairstyles and I just ran with it. And then everyone would like see me with like my super short hair. Because remember, my hair used to be like that long on the top of my head. And now I'm rocking like the full length. Like I'm like at the upper edge of medium hair length. I'm starting to push the long hair length. So I need to learn how to style my own hair. And because my hair is just kind of growing out like naturally, I'm not like, I haven't trimmed it and gotten it shapen and stuff like that. The hair on top of my head, when I go to like put it in a ponytail, only makes it to about here. Whereas the hair from down here is much longer. So when I ponytail it, it can hang down like a decent length. But on top of my head, it only comes like just past the hair tie, which makes it hard for me to try more interesting or like different styles than like a basic ponytail. And it kind of is annoying as hell because like I want to start trying to like learn to braid my own hair and be able to give myself different hairstyles and like put it into like an actual bun and not just like a ponytail that you just don't pull the final like loop all the way through, so you end up with just like a hoop, if that makes sense. Which I know I've worn my hair up on stream before because some days it just is bothering me. I've been kind of in a free hanging mood the past couple days, but like I need the top of my head to get like 5-6 inches longer so that I can start trying to actually style it. Because right now, if I try to braid my hair, unless I'm doing like a little strand off the top of my head, or I'm like picking like the very back of like my head, like right here, and I'm doing like little small bunches, it just doesn't work. Trust me, I've tried. It doesn't work. It's not long enough. I could maybe force it into like a French braid, but it doesn't work well, and I'm not good enough at French braiding to be able to make it work. So I need to figure that out. I don't know. That was a quick little rant. Just wanted to get that one through. And I still can't think of the last thing. So, I don't know. We're just about at 2 hours. I think I have rambled and ranted and used this as a good enough therapy session. I think it's time to wander out into the world. Who's currently live? Man, everyone I was kind of thinking like maybe I go and raid them for the sake of it is no longer live. Man, I was all excited because I was planning a shorter raid like stream, and I was like, ooh, I can go raid someone I normally don't get to, and now none of them are live. All right, give me 1 second. If you have suggestions, actually no, I know exactly who we're going to. And the reason we are going there is because 1, they are an artist, and I need a new artist. 2, I know who they are, so it's not going to be nearly as weird for me to just randomly raid in, then having to explain that I was just doing my little therapy thing as stream. Let me put that up there real quick. We're gonna let it play through the ad while I get this set up. And the third reason I want to raid this channel is because I have like almost 1,000, if not more, channel points, and I still don't follow them, which is kind of awkward. And I realized that I never actually hit follow, and now I kind of feel bad. So we're gonna go watch some Batman, if that's okay with you guys. Can we all get behind some Batman gameplay? No one's gonna get on me for that, right? I assume that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and hit start raid. I feel like it's not gonna be a big deal. I like the Batman games. All right, we're gonna go watch some Batman. If anyone is hanging around and doesn't follow me on any of my social medias and would like to, you can go ahead and grab those links right there. If you are noticing that Discord is not in that list of social media, I do in fact have the Discord. I actually recommend the Discord highest of all, because that is where all of my announcements, all of my notifications go. That is where you get to know every last detail, every last update. That's where you hear about it. That's where you see it. I make sure Discord is the most up to date. Everywhere else kind of only gets the notifications that are relevant to them. So if you want to make sure you keep up, make sure you get in that Discord. Other than that, if you want to support me on the raid and you are following, you can go ahead and grab that message right there. And if you are subscribed, you can go ahead and grab this message right here, which has my emotes, like I have mentioned earlier in the stream. Let me grab this, drop that right there. Boom. See, my own emotes right there. Fancy dancy as can be. All right, I actually can't see my own timer, so I assume we're just about out of time. I will see you guys probably on Thursday. And